In growing up, I had a great experience at home. My parents were active and involved in my and my brother's lives. Both of my parents were both very athletic, and so growing up, were involved in sports from a young age. The team aspect of those sports, I think, taught invaluable lessons in terms of sacrifice and teamwork and the things that make a difference. There was a book that I read called I Am Third by Gail Sayers that had a profound influence on a philosophy that God is first, my friends and family are second, and I am third. And I think that through that philosophy, I kind of looked at life and tried to look at how to put others first before myself. I got involved in the furniture industry back in 1977. I actually got a job driving a truck delivering furniture. I realized pretty quickly I did not want to do that the rest of my life, and so started looking for something else. And one day I asked our Vice President of Operations, could I get into sales? And first thing he said to me was, well, you need to take a Dale Carnegie class. And I went home, looked up the first Dale Carnegie class I could find, actually started, and about 16 weeks later walked back in with a diploma and said, now what do I need to do? So in 1979, I actually, April 1st, got to start in sales. I've always really had this desire to own my own business, probably from about the age of 30. It wasn't until a number of years later that I was approached by a manufacturer who kind of asked me, have you ever thought about owning your own business? And at that point in time I said yes, I had. And I'd actually met my current business partner a year or so before that and found out that he had a similar interest. We were competitors in the marketplace and knew each other only through competing for projects, but that's really when the planning started. And Keith and I began meeting a couple times a week, a weeknight and then a Saturday morning for 2 to 3 hours, just talking about our business philosophies and our life philosophies, and making sure that we were compatible. We looked at it as a move that was going to be a lifetime commitment. If I was going to give any advice to a young company today, I think the key piece would be to take time and plan. The time you spend on the front end planning will more than make up for anything else. Take time to be in prayer, to think about what direction that you're being called to go, and then to take the necessary action steps to move forward. You know, one of the key factors in putting the business together was character and integrity, and that's really our core foundation. You know, your reputation in the marketplace is what brings people to you. And the Character Council actually was brought here in Cincinnati about 10 years ago. The Character Council is a way to recognize our employees. As we've hired our employees from that point forward, we go over our core values with the employees. We let them know how key those are to our organization. If they're as committed to those as we are, then the organization will run much like a family. One of the things that Osterman Crone's done really pretty much since its inception is looking at ways to give back to the community. We think that being an integral part of the community, not just the business community, but in terms of being a good corporate citizen and giving back is one of the key objectives of our organization. For us to be a successful business within the business community, there's a lot of different aspects to that, and one of those is community involvement. And this past year have been introduced to a number of ministries through At Work on Purpose and the CEO Roundtable, but Healthy Beginnings is one that it really touched a spot in my heart, and my wife and I both are actively involved in that ministry. She actually serves on their board now. Our business, we really see it as a gift from God. All of us are here for a greater purpose than to run successful businesses, and God has a greater purpose for us in His kingdom, and we need to be open and willing to be good stewards and to give back to the community, give back to our employees.